In the Buddhist perspective, life is not a random series of events, but rather an intricate, interconnected journey shaped by karma. Karma, the universal law of cause and effect, teaches us that every action we take, whether through thought, word, or deed, has a ripple effect, influencing not just our present moment, but also the future we create. Our lives are a manifestation of the choices we make, and our souls come into each life with specific lessons, experiences, and challenges to face. But what if I told you that the very numbers tied to the day you were born could hold the key to understanding your soul's purpose, your hidden strengths, and the karmic lessons you are meant to learn? It's no coincidence that we are born on specific days, and in Buddhist philosophy, every moment, every event, and every detail holds meaning. This is where numerology meets spiritual wisdom. The numbers linked to your birth date, often referred to as your life path numbers, are not just arbitrary figures, they are deeply significant, each one representing a unique vibration that corresponds to your soul's journey. These numbers offer profound insights into your karmic imprint, the challenges you'll face, the opportunities for growth, and the spiritual lessons that will guide your evolution. Imagine this: your birth date is like a roadmap, not only marking your entrance into the physical world, but also providing clues to the emotional, mental, and spiritual paths you must navigate. It's as if the universe, or the divine, has given you a set of instructions hidden within the very numbers of your birth. Whether you are aware of it or not, your life path number shapes the very essence of who you are, your strengths, weaknesses, and everything in between. The numbers are a language, a code, waiting to be deciphered, revealing the karmic threads that tie your present life to past experiences, and perhaps even to past lifetimes. But here's the exciting part. The number you carry doesn't just define your challenges, it also offers you the tools to transform your karma. It gives you the wisdom to understand the patterns that repeat in your life, helping you break free from cycles of suffering and negativity. You have the power to create positive change. By understanding your life path number, you gain clarity about the decisions that align with your soul's purpose and how to avoid the pitfalls that keep you stuck in unhelpful patterns. In today's video, we will delve into the fascinating world of life path numbers and their connection to your karmic journey. Together, we will explore how each number reflects the lessons you are meant to learn, the strengths you are meant to cultivate, and the obstacles you are destined to overcome. But it doesn't stop there. We will also dive deep into the transformative power of these numbers, showing you how to use them as tools to enhance your personal growth and spiritual awakening. Throughout this journey, we will discuss not only the mystical significance of these numbers, but also provide practical guidance on how you can begin applying this knowledge to your own life. Whether you're seeking to understand the deeper meaning behind recurring challenges or striving to make more conscious, aligned decisions in your life, this video will offer you insights that can lead to profound transformation. Before we dive in, if you're ready to unlock the secrets of your life path number and begin your journey toward greater self-awareness and spiritual growth, make sure to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing to our channel, you'll gain access to more in-depth spiritual teachings, practical tools for personal development, and ongoing guidance that will help you navigate life's challenges with grace and clarity. So, are you ready to discover the hidden messages behind your birth date and unlock the spiritual wisdom that lies within? Let's dive in and begin this exciting journey together. Your soul's path is calling. Let's answer it. Karma, often misunderstood as a form of punishment, is in fact far more profound and transformative. In the Buddhist tradition, karma is not something that is imposed upon us, but rather a natural law of cause and effect that guides our actions and decisions. Every thought, word, and deed we engage in has a ripple effect on our future, and the results of these actions are not limited to this lifetime alone. They stretch beyond time and space, creating a continuous cycle that spans across past, present, and future existences. However, karma is not a static force that simply dictates our fate. It is a dynamic energy that we can work with, transform, and use to evolve our soul. Each one of us comes into this world with a unique karmic blueprint, a karmic signature that outlines the lessons we are meant to learn in this lifetime. These lessons, challenges, and growth opportunities are encoded in our being from the very moment of birth. In fact, they are reflected in the numbers tied to our birth date, which are often referred to as our life path numbers. Just like karma itself, these numbers carry a deeper meaning and provide insights into the core lessons and challenges we are meant to face. The concept of life path numbers is a fascinating one, as it merges ancient spiritual teachings with modern numerology, offering us a glimpse into the karmic roadmaps we are walking in this lifetime. Each life path number represents a set of qualities, strengths, and lessons that shape our individual journeys. By understanding our life path number, we can begin to uncover the patterns of karma that have been carried over from previous lives and work toward breaking free from any negative cycles that might be holding us back. Take, for example, someone with a life path number 5. This number is closely associated with change, freedom, and adventure. People born under this number are often restless souls, yearning for new experiences and seeking to live life on their own terms. They are natural explorers, both physically and mentally, and they crave variety and excitement. However, their karmic challenge lies in finding balance between their intense desire for independence and the responsibilities they have toward others. The lesson of the number 5 is that true freedom does not come from merely doing whatever one pleases. It comes from learning to adapt and evolve with the world around us. It is about discovering the delicate dance between freedom and responsibility, and learning how to create harmonious relationships with others while maintaining a sense of autonomy. In contrast, the life path number 6 is often associated with love, care, and responsibility. Those born under the influence of this number are deeply compassionate individuals, driven by a desire to serve and nurture others. They feel a strong sense of duty to their families, communities, and those they care about. However, their karmic challenge is learning to balance their selfless giving with their own needs for self-care and personal boundaries. The number 6 teaches that in order to truly love and care for others, we must first learn to love and care for ourselves. Only by nurturing our own well-being can we offer the same love and support to those around us in a healthy, sustainable way. Both the life path number 5 and the life path number 6 provide deep insights into the karmic lessons we are meant to learn. These numbers show us that karma is not simply about the consequences of our actions. It is about growth, learning, and transformation. Our life path number serves as a guiding light, illuminating the areas of our life where we need to focus our energy in order to overcome challenges and evolve as individuals. It's a reminder that karma is not something we passively endure, but something we actively engage with and transform. As we begin to understand our karmic imprints through the lens of our life path numbers, we gain the ability to make conscious choices that align with our soul's purpose. We can start to shift negative patterns, break free from the cycles of suffering, and create the conditions for a more harmonious, fulfilling life. By embracing our life path number and the lessons it brings, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of who we are and what we are meant to achieve in this lifetime. In this way, karma becomes not just a force of consequence, but a powerful tool for spiritual growth and awakening. Recognizing karmic cycles is a pivotal step on the path to personal growth and spiritual transformation. Just as in any journey, the first step to change is awareness. The process of transforming your karma begins by recognizing the recurring patterns in your life patterns that may have unknowingly shaped your experiences, decisions, and relationships. Karmic cycles are often like deeply ingrained habits. We don't always notice them because they have become part of the fabric of our daily existence. But they influence our lives in profound ways, often leading us to repeat the same mistakes or encounter similar challenges. These cycles can manifest in various forms. For example, you might find yourself consistently attracted to toxic relationships, even though you consciously desire healthy and fulfilling partnerships. You might also experience recurring financial struggles, chronic health issues, or unfulfilled professional aspirations. These situations are not random, they are reflections of deeper karmic patterns at play. They are often tied to unresolved issues from past actions, unhealed emotional wounds, or negative beliefs we continue to carry with us. Let's consider the example of unhealthy relationships. If you repeatedly find yourself in partnerships that undermine your sense of self-worth, it's possible that the root cause lies in a deeply embedded belief about who you are and what you deserve. This belief may have been shaped by past experiences, possibly even from past lives, and it continues to manifest in your present relationships. This is a karmic cycle that needs to be recognized and broken. The lesson for someone in this situation may be to learn to value themselves and recognize their own inherent worth. Once you become aware of this pattern, you can begin to take conscious action, choosing healthier relationships, setting clear boundaries, and ultimately cultivating self-love and self-respect. When you recognize the karmic cycles in your life, you begin to see that they are not merely obstacles but opportunities for growth. These repeated patterns are designed to teach us something, to help us evolve and awaken to a higher level of consciousness. The beauty of recognizing these cycles is that it empowers us to make different choices that reflect a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe. Take the example of someone with life path number 7, for instance. This number is often associated with the pursuit of knowledge, spiritual awakening, and intellectual growth. Individuals with this life path are naturally drawn to seek wisdom, but their challenge lies in grounding that wisdom in real-life experience. The karmic cycle they might face is a tendency to over-intellectualize or withdraw into the world of theory and ideas without applying that knowledge to the realities of daily life. Their lesson is that true wisdom is not just found in books or spiritual teachings. It is found in the lived experience of engaging with the world, interacting with others, and learning from real-life encounters. People with the number 7 often go through periods of isolation or deep introspection as they search for spiritual truths or higher knowledge. However, the karmic lesson for them is to balance this inner quest with practical experiences. By applying their intellectual knowledge to their relationships, work, and everyday encounters, they can break free from the cycle of intellectualization and deepen their understanding of themselves and the world. In doing so, they unlock a profound sense of wisdom that integrates both knowledge and lived experience. In both examples, the person trapped in unhealthy relationships and the person with life path number 7, the first step to personal growth is the recognition of these karmic cycles. By observing the patterns in your life, whether they relate to love, career, health, or personal beliefs, you begin to understand the underlying lessons that need to be learned. Once you become aware of these patterns, you can start making intentional choices that align with your soul's purpose, breaking free from the cycles that have kept you stuck in the past. This process of recognizing karmic cycles is not always easy. It requires self-reflection, honesty, and the courage to confront parts of ourselves that may be uncomfortable. But it is also the key to unlocking personal growth and transformation. When we recognize our patterns, we can take conscious action to shift our energy, break old habits, and create new, positive karmic cycles that lead to greater happiness, fulfillment, and spiritual growth. By embracing the lessons within these karmic cycles, we can evolve and awaken to our higher potential. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow, and with each lesson we learn, we move closer to fulfilling our soul's purpose. The more we practice awareness and conscious choice, the more we align ourselves with the flow of positive karma, and the more we create a life that reflects our truest and highest self. In Buddhism, karma is often misunderstood as a form of punishment or cosmic judgment, but in its truest sense, karma is simply a natural law of cause and effect, a law that governs the energy we create through our thoughts, actions, and intentions. Karma is not an external force that punishes or rewards us. Rather, it is the cumulative result of what we put out into the world. In this sense, karma is not something that happens to us, it is something that we create through our choices. This understanding of karma can be empowering because it means we are not bound by our past actions. Instead, we have the power to shape our future. The Buddha taught that through mindfulness, awareness, and conscious action, we can transcend negative karmic patterns and create new ones that lead to peace and enlightenment. The law of karma works like a mirror. It reflects back to us the energy we project, both positive and negative. Every thought, word, and deed produces an energetic imprint that ripples through our lives and influences our experiences. When we act out of greed, anger, or ignorance, we generate negative karma that creates suffering. On the other hand, when we act with compassion, kindness, and wisdom, we create positive karma that brings about harmony and peace. This understanding of karma is crucial for those on the path of transformation and spiritual growth. In Buddhism, we are never stuck in the patterns of our past. The concept of karma emphasizes that, while our actions do have consequences, we are always capable of making a new choice, starting anew, and creating a different future. Our present actions and intentions are what truly matter. The Buddhist teachings on karma empower us to understand that no matter how much negative karma we may have accumulated in the past, it is possible to heal and transform through conscious effort, self-awareness, and spiritual practices. One of the primary practices that the Buddha recommended for transforming karma is meditation. Meditation helps us to become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and it allows us to observe the patterns that have been ingrained in our consciousness. Through meditation, we develop the ability to step back from our habitual responses and choose more mindful actions. When we practice meditation, we are not only calming the mind, but also clearing the mental space to make choices that are aligned with our highest intentions. By cultivating inner peace and clarity, we can begin to break free from the habitual reactions that perpetuate negative karma and instead act in ways that foster love, compassion, and wisdom. Mindfulness is another key practice that can help us transcend past karma. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment, observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we become aware of the tendencies and patterns that drive our behavior. For example, when we experience anger, mindfulness helps us notice the sensation of anger arising in our body, the thoughts fueling it, and the impulse to act on it. With mindfulness, we don't have to follow that impulse. Instead, we can pause, take a breath, and choose a more skillful response. By regularly practicing mindfulness, we begin to break free from the cycle of negative karmic reactions and respond to life with greater wisdom and compassion. Compassion is perhaps the most transformative force in Buddhism for healing negative karma. When we act out of compassion, we are responding to the suffering of others with kindness, empathy, and a desire to alleviate that suffering. Compassion not only brings peace and healing to others, but it also has a profound impact on our own karmic imprints. Every act of compassion, whether it's as simple as a kind word or as significant as offering assistance to someone in need, generates positive karma that ripples back to us, creating an energy of love and goodwill that surrounds us. The Buddha's teachings emphasize that the more we practice compassion, the more we will create an environment of peace, both internally and externally. While negative karma is often seen as a consequence of past actions, it's important to remember that karma is not fixed. It is fluid and dynamic, and we have the power to change it. The Buddha's teachings remind us that our future is not set in stone by the karma of our past. Each moment is a new opportunity to create fresh karma, to take action that brings peace, love, and wisdom into the world. Through daily practice, we can cultivate a life that is aligned with our highest spiritual aspirations and transform our karmic patterns. Ultimately, the law of karma in Buddhism is not about avoiding punishment or seeking reward. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of all things and recognizing that our actions have far-reaching consequences. By living mindfully with awareness and compassion, we can transcend past karmic patterns, create a more harmonious present, and build a future that reflects the deepest wisdom and love of our true nature. This is the path of liberation, breaking free from the cycles of negative karma and walking the path toward enlightenment, where every action, thought, and word becomes an expression of pure love and wisdom. The pursuit of balance is at the very core of Buddhist teachings and is essential for personal growth, happiness, and the transformation of karma. In Buddhism, balance is not just about finding a middle ground. It's about harmonizing the various aspects of life, our desires, our responsibilities, and our inner peace, so that we can live in a way that aligns with our highest truth. Achieving balance allows us to release attachment, break free from destructive karmic patterns, and live a life that brings joy, peace, and wisdom. Whether you're navigating the challenges of a life path 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, the universal lesson is clear. Balance is key to unlocking a harmonious existence. Take, for example, the life path number 8. This number is associated with power, success, material achievement, and ambition. People with the number 8 often have a strong drive to achieve in the material world, whether it's attaining wealth, building a business, or gaining authority in their chosen field. However, the karmic challenge for an 8 is to recognize that true success is not just about personal gain. It's about using one's ambition and resources to serve the greater good. The lesson of the number 8 is that power, when used selfishly, can create negative karma, reinforcing the cycle of desire and attachment. But when the same ambition is directed toward ethical goals, aligned with compassion and service to others, the individual can achieve a level of success that benefits not just themselves, but their community and the world at large. True leadership, as taught in Buddhism, is not about dominance or control. It's about serving others with wisdom, compassion, and integrity. The Buddhist perspective teaches that leadership, at its core, is an act of humility and responsibility. Leaders who seek to empower others, rather than simply seek power for themselves, create an environment where all can grow and thrive. When individuals with a life path number 8 learn to integrate this lesson into their lives, they align their material success with spiritual fulfillment, creating a deep sense of peace and purpose. Their karmic path becomes one of transformation, both for themselves and those they touch. Similarly, individuals with life path number 9 are often driven by a profound sense of compassion and a desire to change the world. These individuals often feel a deep calling to serve humanity, to make a difference, and to fight for justice, equality, or the well-being of others. However, their challenge is to recognize that they cannot save everyone or fix all the world's problems. The number 9 teaches us to acknowledge our limitations and to focus on making small, meaningful contributions that create lasting change. This lesson in humility is crucial for individuals on the life path 9, as their desire to help others can sometimes lead to feelings of overwhelm or frustration when they encounter obstacles or limitations in their efforts. The karmic lesson for number 9 individuals is to understand that the path to meaningful change is often slow, incremental, and requires patience. It's important to focus on the quality of the contributions, not just the quantity. By understanding the ripple effect of their actions, individuals with life path number 9 and let go of unrealistic expectations and embrace the idea that small, consistent acts of kindness and service are just as powerful as grand gestures. In fact, it is often through these small, everyday acts that the most profound change occurs. By accepting that they cannot change everything, they free themselves from the weight of guilt and frustration, allowing their compassion to flow more freely and effectively. Balance, therefore, is not just about external harmony, it's about inner peace. When we understand our strengths and weaknesses, and when we can align our actions with our values, we create a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. For people with life path numbers 8 and 9, the key to balance lies in aligning their desires for success and service with their deeper spiritual values. It means using their power, wealth, and influence not just for personal gain, but for the well-being of others. It also involves understanding that the journey toward meaningful change is not always immediate, and that true transformation happens over time with patience and perseverance. In Buddhism, the ultimate goal is to transcend the attachments and desires that bind us to the cycle of suffering samsara. By cultivating balance, mindfulness, and compassion, we begin to release our attachment to external outcomes and focus instead on the inner peace and fulfillment that arise from living in alignment with our highest selves. When we are balanced, we are better equipped to face life's challenges, make wiser choices, and create positive karma that enriches not just our lives, but the lives of everyone we encounter. In conclusion, balance is the foundation for peace, happiness, and the transformation of karma. Whether you are a life path 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, understanding the balance between your inner desires and outer responsibilities is crucial to your spiritual journey. True peace and happiness come from aligning your actions with your values and making conscious choices that serve both yourself and the greater good. When we find balance, we not only break the cycles of negative karma, but also create a path of growth, healing, and spiritual fulfillment. Transforming negative karma through awareness and action. The most powerful tool we have for transforming our karma is awareness. In Buddhism, mindfulness and self-awareness are fundamental practices that allow us to become conscious of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Without awareness, we remain trapped in unconscious patterns, acting out of habit or impulse, which perpetuates negative karma. Through the practices of meditation, self-reflection, and mindfulness, we can begin to observe ourselves without judgment. This awareness empowers us to recognize the negative patterns we might be carrying and provides the opportunity to consciously replace them with positive actions. At its core, awareness is not about self-criticism or condemnation, but about gaining insight into how our inner world influences our outer world. When we are unaware, our negative karmic patterns tend to repeat themselves, often without our realizing it. For example, we might notice that we consistently find ourselves in toxic relationships, repeatedly make decisions out of fear or anxiety, or feel helpless in certain situations. These patterns don't appear randomly. They are the result of past actions, thoughts, and beliefs that have accumulated over time. But the key is that, by bringing awareness to them, we can begin to shift our behaviors and thought processes. One highly effective way to cultivate this awareness is through journaling. Keeping a daily journal where you track your thoughts, emotions, and actions can be a profound practice. At the end of each day, you can reflect on the decisions you made, the interactions you had, and the emotional states you experienced. This simple act of writing can provide deep insights into your subconscious patterns. Perhaps you notice that you often react with anger when you feel threatened, or that you frequently seek approval from others at the expense of your own needs. This kind of self-analysis is incredibly powerful because it illuminates the root causes of negative karma that are buried in your mind. Once you identify these recurring patterns, you can begin to make conscious choices to change them. If you notice that you act impulsively, for example, you might commit to taking a pause before reacting in situations that trigger you. You could practice mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing or grounding exercises to help you remain centered when you feel triggered. By choosing to act with awareness, you begin to shift the energy you put into the world, and with time, you start to create new, more positive karma. This shift isn't instantaneous. It requires patience, diligence, and the willingness to make small, consistent changes in how we approach life. Another powerful aspect of transforming negative karma is the practice of forgiveness. In Buddhist teachings, forgiveness is a path to liberation. It is not about excusing harmful behavior or forgetting past hurt, but about releasing the emotional charge tied to those events. Holding on to resentment or anger keeps us tethered to the past and prevents us from moving forward. It keeps us bound to negative karma that we continue to carry through each moment. Forgiveness begins with ourselves. Often, the hardest person to forgive is our own self. We carry guilt, regret, and self-blame for past mistakes, and these feelings weigh heavily on our hearts. The Buddha taught that we cannot move forward in our spiritual journey if we are constantly dragging the baggage of guilt and shame behind us. To transform this negative karma, we must learn to forgive ourselves. We must acknowledge that we are human, that we make mistakes, and that every action carries the opportunity for growth and change. By forgiving ourselves, we release the grip of past actions and open the door to healing and peace. Forgiveness of others is equally important. When we hold on to anger, resentment, or judgment toward others, we create karmic ties that bind us to them. These negative emotions only harm us, keeping us trapped in a cycle of suffering. The Buddha taught that forgiveness is a form of compassion both for others and for ourselves. When we forgive others, we free ourselves from the burden of bitterness and open our hearts to love and understanding. This doesn't mean we condone hurtful behavior, but we let go of the emotional weight that continues to affect us. In this way, forgiveness becomes a tool for both healing and transformation. The process of transforming negative karma through awareness and action also requires us to cultivate compassion. Compassion is the ability to understand the suffering of others and to wish for their well-being. It's the recognition that we are all interconnected and that the suffering of one is the suffering of all. In Buddhism, compassion is not just an abstract ideal. It's something that we practice actively. It's the practice of seeing others through the lens of empathy, understanding, and kindness even when they have wronged us. Practicing compassion requires us to let go of our judgments and expectations and to approach others with an open heart. It challenges us to see beyond the surface and to recognize the shared humanity in everyone, no matter their actions. This does not mean we accept harmful behavior, but that we cultivate an attitude of understanding, recognizing that everyone is on their own journey and that their actions are shaped by their own suffering. When we embrace compassion, we transform the negative karma that may have been created by resentment, anger, or hatred. The key to transforming karma lies in mindful action. Awareness, self-reflection, forgiveness, and compassion are not just passive states, they require active engagement. The Buddhist path is one of practice, and our karmic patterns can only change when we actively work to replace negative habits with positive, mindful actions. By consistently making choices that reflect kindness, patience, and understanding, we begin to shift the energy we send out into the world. This not only transforms our own karma, but also contributes to the collective karma of the world. In conclusion, transforming negative karma is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process of self-awareness, conscious action, and deep compassion. Through practices like journaling, mindfulness, forgiveness, and compassion, we can gradually break free from the cycles of negative karma that keep us stuck. This process requires patience and dedication, but it is one of the most powerful ways we can shape our destiny and create a future filled with peace, joy, and spiritual growth. By transforming our karma, we transcend the past and open ourselves to the limitless potential of the present moment. The power of compassion in changing our karma. One of the most transformative ways to change our karma is through acts of kindness and compassion. In Buddhist teachings, compassion is not merely a feeling, but an active force, a practice that we embody through our thoughts, words, and actions. Every time we choose to act with love and empathy, we create positive karma that ripples not only through our own lives, but also through the lives of others. The Buddha taught that compassion is the very essence of a liberated heart, and when we practice it, we align ourselves with the natural flow of the universe, fostering peace, understanding, and interconnectedness. Small acts of kindness, though seemingly insignificant, have the power to shift our karma in profound ways. A simple gesture, a smile to a stranger, holding the door open for someone, offering a word of encouragement, or listening attentively to someone in need might seem small in the moment, but the energy they create is far-reaching. These everyday acts of compassion are some of the most powerful tools we can use to change our karmic patterns. When we practice kindness in our daily lives, we begin to dismantle the ego and its hold on us. The ego thrives on judgment, separation, and self-interest, while compassion unites us in shared humanity and dissolves the barriers between us. What makes these small, everyday acts so powerful is that they often come without any expectation of return. True compassion is given freely, without the desire for praise, acknowledgement, or even gratitude. It is simply an offering of love and care, rooted in the recognition that we are all part of the same interconnected web of life. This selflessness is what makes compassion such a potent force for transforming karma. When we act from a place of love, free from ego-driven motives, we align with our higher selves, our truest, most authentic nature. The more we practice compassion, the more it becomes ingrained in our being. It becomes our natural response to the world around us. When we face challenges or conflicts, instead of reacting with anger, fear, or judgment, we begin to respond with patience, understanding, and empathy. We start to see the world through the eyes of others, recognizing that everyone is suffering in some way, and that all beings are seeking peace and happiness, just as we are. This shift in perspective is what transforms our karma. But compassion is not limited to others, it also includes compassion for ourselves. Often, we are our harshest critics. We beat ourselves up for past mistakes, hold on to guilt and shame, and allow self-doubt to cloud our judgment. This lack of self-compassion creates negative karma, as it keeps us stuck in cycles of self-recrimination and unworthiness. By learning to treat ourselves with the same kindness and empathy that we extend to others, we create space for healing and growth. Self-compassion allows us to let go of past mistakes and embrace the present moment with love and acceptance. It's important to remember that compassion doesn't always mean doing something grand or dramatic. Sometimes the most profound acts of compassion come in the simplest forms: a kind word, a listening ear, a hand to hold. These small acts are often the ones that carry the most profound impact. For example, in the Buddhist tradition, we are taught to practice metta, or loving kindness meditation, which involves sending out feelings of goodwill and compassion to ourselves, loved ones, neutral people, and even those we find difficult. This simple practice can shift our mindset, soften our hearts, and begin to transform our karmic patterns by flooding our lives with positive, healing energy. As we become more aware of the power of compassion, we begin to see how it weaves its way through our lives in ways we may not have recognized before. For instance, if we begin to practice compassion in our daily interactions, we may notice that we feel more connected to others, more open-hearted, and less judgmental. We may also start to attract more compassionate individuals into our lives, creating a positive feedback loop where acts of kindness beget more kindness. Moreover, compassion is contagious. The ripple effect of a small act of kindness can be far-reaching. Imagine offering a smile to a stranger, and in return, that person smiles at someone else. Or imagine offering a word of encouragement to someone who's struggling, and that person then passes on the same encouragement to another. The beauty of compassion is that it doesn't need to be a grand gesture to create a profound impact. The simplest act of kindness can set off a chain reaction that continues to spread far beyond our expectations. The energy of compassion, once set in motion, creates a wave of positivity that transforms not only our karma, but the collective energy of the world around us. In the Buddhist tradition, we are encouraged to recognize that karma is not a punishment, but a law of cause and effect. Every thought, word, and action we engage in creates an energetic imprint that ripples outward. By acting with kindness and compassion, we are creating positive imprints that lead to peace, harmony, and happiness. These positive karmic imprints lay the foundation for a brighter, more harmonious future. In this way, compassion becomes a spiritual practice that we can engage in every day. It is not something we reserve for special occasions, but something we live in every moment. Whether we are at work, at home, or out in the world, we have countless opportunities to practice compassion. When we act with compassion, we transform not only our own karma, but also contribute to the collective healing of the world. In conclusion, the power of compassion in changing our karma is immense. Through small, everyday acts of kindness and empathy, we create positive ripples that transform our lives and the lives of others. Compassion allows us to transcend the ego, break free from negative karmic patterns, and align with our higher selves. The more we practice compassion, the more we align with the universal energy of love and peace that flows through all things. By choosing compassion in every moment, we actively shape our karma, creating a future filled with peace, joy, and spiritual fulfillment. Embrace your life path and transform your destiny. Understanding your life path number is more than just an exploration of numbers. It's a journey of self-discovery that offers profound insights into who you are, what challenges you face, and how you can evolve spiritually. The life path number is like a roadmap to your soul's journey, reflecting the lessons and experiences you're destined to encounter in this lifetime. Whether it's learning to balance the desire for freedom with the responsibility you owe to others, nurturing love for both yourself and those around you, or seeking wisdom through personal experience, your life path provides the direction for your growth. Each of us has a unique path in life, and each number carries with it a set of lessons and challenges that are directly connected to our past karma. If you take the time to reflect on your life path number, you'll begin to see patterns that have guided you, often without you even being fully aware of them. These patterns are not accidents. They are part of your karmic blueprint, revealing the qualities you need to develop to move forward in life and unlock your potential. But here's the most important realization. Your karma is not set in stone. Just because you are born with a certain karmic pattern doesn't mean that it has to define you forever. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is that through mindfulness, intention, and conscious action, we can transform our karma. Our thoughts, words, and deeds are powerful tools that shape the trajectory of our future. This means that no matter what karmic cycles you've been born into, you have the ability to transcend them. For example, if you find yourself constantly repeating the same mistakes, whether in relationships, career choices, or personal habits, it's possible to change that pattern. Awareness is the first step. Once you begin to recognize the cycles that no longer serve you, you can actively make different choices, break free from harmful behaviors, and create new, positive imprints in your life. Reflecting on your life path number offers you the chance to take a deeper look at the challenges and opportunities you face in this life. It's not about feeling limited by your number, but rather understanding the specific lessons it brings. Take, for instance, the life path number 4. This number is all about building a strong foundation through discipline, hard work, and responsibility. If you are on this path, you may find yourself being highly organized and reliable, but your lesson is to overcome tendencies toward rigidity and open yourself up to flexibility and creativity. On the other hand, life path number 3 seconds, who are known for their creativity and communication, must learn to overcome tendencies toward superficiality and develop deeper self-expression that reflects their true essence. Every number carries both strengths and challenges, and recognizing these patterns is the first step to growth. Mindfulness and intentionality are key to transforming your karma and stepping into the full potential of your life path. Life will continue to present challenges and obstacles, but with awareness, we can approach these situations with a clear, calm mind and heart. By choosing to act with intention and align our actions with the highest good, we make conscious decisions that help us evolve spiritually and emotionally. The great thing about the Buddhist perspective on karma is that it's empowering. You are not the victim of your past actions. Instead, you are the creator of your future. Every moment, you have the power to act in a way that cultivates good karma through kindness, mindfulness, and compassion. Each decision you make ripples out into the universe, creating new paths and opportunities for growth. In doing so, you shape not just your future, but the collective future of all beings. Reflect on your life path number today. What are the recurring patterns you've noticed in your life? Perhaps you've faced the same challenges repeatedly. Maybe you've experienced certain emotional struggles that have been with you for a long time. Ask yourself, what patterns are you ready to break? What positive actions can you take right now to create better karma for yourself and those around you? As you continue your spiritual journey, remember that you don't have to do it alone. I invite you to share your thoughts, experiences, and insights in the comments below. This is a space for us all to learn and grow together. By sharing our journeys, we not only help ourselves, but also create a community of individuals committed to self-awareness, spiritual growth, and positive change. If you feel called to explore your karma and life path further, consider subscribing to this channel. Here, we are building a community where we can support each other, reflect on our experiences, and walk this path of transformation together, step by mindful step. Together, we can work toward creating a brighter future, not just for ourselves, but for all beings. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. May your path be filled with peace, wisdom, and abundant love. As you continue to transform your karma and embrace your true self, remember that every step you take brings you closer to the peace and joy that are already within you. Let's walk this path of growth, awareness, and compassion together.